Hello all of you. Welcome to the lecture number 10, and in this lecture we will talk about the numericals based on refractive index. So we have talked about refractive index in the previous lecture. We discussed that we have two types of refractive indices, absolute refractive index and relative refractive index. Let us quickly revise the relations and then we can start with the numericals. So when I say NA, N is the symbol for refractive index. So we are finding out the absolute refractive index of medium A, and it is given by the relation C upon VA, where C is the speed of light in vacuum and VA is the speed of light in medium A. C has a fixed value, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So you will be using this directly. Now this one is the relative refractive index of medium A with respect to some another medium B. So relative refractive index is also defined as sin I by sin R. This sin I by sin R can be used here also if angles are given. Also equal to VB upon VA. So which is the velocity of medium B divided by the velocity of light in medium A, and it is also equal to NA upon NB. So where NA and NB are absolute refractive indices of medium A and B. So with the help of two absolute refractive indices, we can find out the value of one relative refractive index. We can compare two media. Last thing, if I have the value of refractive index of medium A with respect to B, and if I need to flip the media, if I need to find out the refractive index of B with respect to A, so I simply have to reciprocate the fraction. So we will do a few numericals and you will finally understand what we are talking about here, how can this be applied. So question number 1 is, light travels through water with a speed of 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So light travels through water. So basically velocity of light in water is provided to us. Velocity of light in water is given to be 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. What is the refractive index of water? So I need to find out the refractive index of water. Now the question is not mentioning with respect to which medium. With respect to means in which medium is the incident ray. So if it is not mentioned, we basically know that the incident ray is in air or vacuum. So we are talking about absolute refractive index of water and not relative. So NW using this relation will be C divided by VW. Fine. The value of C is known to us. So this is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. You have to remember this value. And VW, velocity of light in water, is given to be 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Fine. And once you solve this, I have already mentioned the answer here. So once you solve this, the ratio comes out to be 1.33. So this is the absolute refractive index of water with respect to vacuum. Nothing is mentioned at the top. Okay, I guess this is quite simple. Next question. Next question is, I have written the question in a very brief manner, so I will just explain you. It is given in the question that the angle of incidence is 45 degrees in medium X. So X is the first medium here. And angle of refraction is given to be 30 degree in medium Y. I told you the medium in which refraction takes place, that is the one of which refractive index is to be determined. So first thing first, it says that angle of incidence is 45 and angle of refraction is 30 in medium Y. So one thing what we can do is, we can find out the refractive index of Y here. First let us discuss this question diagrammatically. So according to the question, the incident ray is in medium X. The angle here is 45 degrees. The refracted ray is in medium Y, and as the angle is mentioned, it is 30 degrees. So what can we conclude from here is that the ray is basically bending towards the normal, which simply implies that we are moving from a rarer medium to a denser medium. So with the help of the given values, we can conclude that out of the question. We are moving from rarer to denser medium, one thing. Now what we can find out from here is, because the refraction is taking place in medium Y, so I can find out the refractive index of medium Y with respect to medium x, which is the first medium. As no velocities are mentioned, so I cannot use the relation with velocities, but I have this relation with angle. So I know that this is sine I upon sine r, and from here what will I get is sine I, angle I is 45, angle r is 30. So sine 45 is 1 upon root 2, sine 30 is 1 by 2, and once you solve this, the answer that you will get is root 2. So this is what the value of refractive index of medium y with respect to x is coming out to be, which can also be written as 1.414. So this was actually asked in the second part of the question. So we have just solved the second part. Okay. But now it also asks for the reverse thing. Now it wants us to find the refractive index of medium x with respect to y, which is written at the top. So using this relation, I know that refractive index of medium x with respect to y will basically be the reciprocal of refractive index of medium y with respect to x, which we have actually determined. So this will be 1 upon root 2, and once you solve it, it is preferable that you don't leave the question in irrational form. So after you solve it, this comes out to be 0.707. Okay. So if refractive index of A with respect to B is given, you simply have to reciprocate to find out B with respect to A. As simple as that. So this is 0.707. One thing that you should notice here is the refractive index, absolute or relative, has no units because it is the ratio of same physical quantity. I am dividing velocity with velocity. So it has no units. It is a unitless or dimensionless quantity. So this is all about question number 2. This was answer 2. Both the parts. Now let's talk about the third part. Refractive index of glycerine is 1.46. So it is mentioned that refractive index of glycerine, again as it is not given with respect to, so that means this is the absolute value. So refractive index of glycerine, I am giving the symbol G, is given to be 1.46. Okay. What is the speed of light in glycerine? Finished. So we can use this relation once again. Generally we know that Ng should be C upon Vg. Absolute case we are using, not the relative one. So Ng is C upon Vg. From here I can say that Vg is basically the speed of light in glycerine, will be C upon Ng. C is known to us and Ng is also provided by the question, 1.46. So you have to solve this fraction, and once you solve it, your answer will be approximately 2.05 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay. So again, a simple thing, absolute refractive index, we have only single relation. Okay. Let's talk about the last question now. So again, I have written this question in brief, not the complete statement. The question is, I have been provided with the refractive index of glass. So again, it is not comparative, it is absolute refractive index of glass. Absolute means the incident ray is in vacuum. So refractive index of glass is 1.6 and refractive index of diamond is 2.4. I have to find out, in the first part if you see, I have to find out the refractive index of D, diamond, which is written below as the subscript. So I have to find out the refractive index of diamond with respect to glass, and in the second part I have to do the reciprocal of it. I have to find out the refractive index of glass with respect to diamond. So let us see what all is given to us again. So answer 4, N of glass is 1.6, it has no units as I have told you. N of diamond is 2.4. So these are the two absolute refractive indices of glass and diamond, that is with respect to vacuum. I have to club these two informations and I have to find out the relative refractive indices. So first thing I have to find out the refractive index of diamond with respect to glass. If you see the last relation, I am not talking about the angle relation, I am not talking about the relation with velocity, I am talking about the last relation where you can compare two absolute refractive indices. So here, if I had to find out the relative refractive index of A with respect to B, which is written at the top, so this was the relation. So using this, we can see जिसका हमें refractive index निकालना है, उसका absolute value is written at the top. So this will be ND upon NG. Okay. In all the cases here, A is written as subscript, the angle of A is in denominator, the velocity of A is in denominator. So till here it is fine. Only in this relation we see that the refractive index of A is in numerator, and this is happening because refractive index and velocity are inversely proportional. Okay. So the medium of which the refractive index is to be found out, only in this relation the value is in the numerator. So ND and NG is given to us, you simply have to substitute 2.4 divided by 1.6, you will get some answer once you solve it, and NGD will basically be NG upon ND. So this will be 1.6 upon 2.4. Or what other thing you can do is, I know that NDG is this, so I can simply reciprocate it. So G, I'm so sorry, G and D. Refractive index of glass with respect to diamond can also be determined like this by reciprocating the previous result. Still you will get the same thing. You can see that these two fractions are reciprocal of each other. Okay, so either you can use this relation or you can directly substitute by this. So if you have two absolute values, you can find out the relative value also. So this is all about refractive index and basic numericals. The last thing in this video that we have to do is conditions for zero refraction. So there are two conditions for zero refraction. Condition number 1, I told you in the beginning when we talked about refraction that a ray of light bends when it passes from one medium to another, and that happens because the speed of light changes. Now suppose I have an interface, I have a boundary, but here and here, let us suppose I have the same medium. So in this case, there will be no refraction because there is no change in speed of light, and bending takes place because of change in speed of light. So first condition is when both the media are same, or basically they have the same optical density, so then there will be no refraction. If suppose you have two different liquids and supposedly the refractive indices are same, optical density is same, so then there will be no refraction. Okay. If I have a ray of light like this, it will simply pass without changing its path. Okay. Second condition for zero refraction is, now suppose I have two different media, water and let's say glass, and a ray of light is incident on the interface normally, that is coinciding with the normal. So in this case also the ray will go undeviated. So here it goes undeviated at any angle, but here if I have two different media of two different optical densities, then the ray will go undeviated if it is falling normally to the interface or to the boundary. So this is another condition for zero refraction, okay, no refraction. So these are the two cases. Now we will talk about spherical lenses. We will start with spherical lenses and refraction through concave and convex lenses, following the refraction of light through a glass slab in the next lecture. So first we will do the glass slab and then we will talk about the spherical lenses. That's all for now. Thank you.